In this position, we have two bishops for black against rook and two actual pawns for white. This is always an interesting dynamic for under 1000 rated players, and in fact, it's always an interesting scenario for all chess players as well. So the question here is, should black trade rooks in this particular situation? For example, rook e8 after take. Pause the video, think about it. Okay. This is certainly a little bit more advanced for under 1000 rated players, but it's a good discussion to have right now. The answer right now is not to trade rooks. And let's talk about the reasoning behind it. If we trade the rooks, white still has the rook and two pawns for the two bishops. But the bishops does not have as much power to keep the pawns safe as the other rooks support. So for example, after the trade, white can play rook to b1, immediately targeting the isolated a pawn. And it's not so easy to defend the a7 pawn. At the same time, the rook gets really active, taking advantage of all the weakness for black. For example, the back ring pin possibilities. All right, now let's compare. If we don't trade the rooks, and in fact, we can go fight for the open file ourselves, then the bishop's job is much more simpler. The only job is to cover those diagonals, the a2 to f7 diagonal, and as well as the e8 to h5 diagonal. And then the f6 bishop can guard the 7th ring, not letting white's rooks get inside of the 7th ring, as well as attacking the pawns. Now we can use our rook to attack white's pawns at the same time, not letting any of white's rooks attack the a7 pawn. All right, so two minor pieces against rook and pawns is always an interesting dynamic. But in games, if your opponent has a rook and pawns, it's most likely a good scenario for us to not trade rooks, use our rooks to help support the two minor pieces as much as possible. Okay, I hope this helped you gain a little bit more idea about two bishops or any two minor pieces against the rook. Practice more games. You can even practice this position in Lichess against the computer. Start with level 2 or level 3 to get better experience and learn from it from the practice games.